producer, and we are gonna clear that one off. Well, you get to know, but nobody else does. Delete. Gone. That's what happens when I start telling stories. I start to not pay attention. But it's not that big of a deal if somebody knows my name. It's alright. They don't know jack crap about me anywhere else. So, but it's very, very strange to have people know my name who I've never met before. This is kind of cool. This was all just garbage a second ago. Oh, that's right. I need to actually look at my inventory and see what I got. I got that. Let's see. Permanently increases automatic. Oh, this is good. I like that. Read. Alright. So, it's very strange to have somebody who worked so hard to get rid of me. At the same time, just a few months later, work very hard to get me into a position of authority. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really weird. And I didn't know, it still don't quite know what to do with it. Oh, this is cool. I've never been down here before. I don't want to attack anything. I just want to go in here and whatever that is. Crusty nose ring. Mmm, yummy. So. Sorry, getting a drink. I don't want to do that. Ooh, what's this? A bookshelf that wasn't here a second ago. Well, the last time I was here. For sorry. Whoa, sorry for what? Sorry, getting a drink. Why are we sorry? If you insulted me, I have no idea. Oh no, that was my fault. That was me not paying attention. That was me like I got a little too casual. That's what it was. That was what that was. No, only a few people actually know my screen name and my name together. Like maybe 4 or 5 people that I personally know who I don't speak to very often actually know this screen name. Or this avatar name or whatever like that. Not that they're not allowed to know, not that I don't want them to know, it's just that I don't use this one very often. Which is why I use it. I've got one that I use for things that friends and family know about, and then I've got stuff that I use that no one knows about. This would be one of them. And so when I do something stupid and stop thinking, that's my own darn fault. I think you were the only one watching me at the time, so that's probably okay, Grim. Hey, I've been to Colorado once, and I broke some bones there. And I was put on a black diamond skiing mountain path thing that was started off as a green, whatever you call it, and I remember that's actually a video of me that my family has of me coming down a mountain just blowing pillows of smoke behind me, or pillows of snow behind me, because I'm going so fast and don't know how to stop. So I've never been to Denver. I can actually, yeah, I know, right? And the problem is the person that we were going with, his kids were like, they were experienced snowboarders and skiers. So I actually, who've never done this, was told, hey, follow this guy. And I said, oh, okay, that's no problem. And he's going to take you down the green so-and-so. Just follow him and do what he does. To which he doesn't want to do that. So what does he do? He decides to just blow right by me, and he just says, keep up. And I can't keep up. And then he goes down, there's a split, and he goes to the right, so I go to the right. And I can't see anything. There's bushes, there's trees, and I'm smacking into all of them going full speed, and then I get back up shakily and then start again. But because I'm going down a very steep part of the mountain now, I am just going super fast until the very end of the mountain, which is just this flat but steep hill. And I'm screaming the entire time because I realize how fast I'm going, but there is no way that I know how to stop, or how to, because I didn't know how, like, you can slalom to slow down a little bit, or you can kind of just veer a little bit, just turn. And I was a kid, so I didn't think about that. Let's see, fires rockets. I like that. Let's do that. And hey, Hunchback, what's up, man? I was skiing, but I would actually like to learn to snowboard one day, despite the fact that I had to use... At the end of this road, let me finish the story, because the story is funny as much as it is sad. At the end of this little, I guess, path that I went on is... To my right, there are a bunch of parked cars, and knowing parked cars are something that you don't slam into to stop, I said, okay, well, I'm going to turn left. And left was the snowmobiles. So I used a bunch of inactive snowmobiles to stop me. Well, if you know anything about snowmobiles, they're about, well, for me at the time, they were about waist height. And I hit the lowest part, at least what I think was the lowest part. So I ended up flipping around a snowmobile to stop myself from going super fast. And I didn't black out this time, but the next time I did, because nobody bothered to teach me to ski or how to ski or anything like that. They just said go, and so the next time I went skiing was just a few hours later. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it was the next day, because at that time I was like, okay, I'm done, I'm hungry, I want to go back to the apartment/hotel that we were using. And the next day, oh, that's radiation. I didn't even bother to install the new stuff. Okay, let me go back and install the new stuff. The next day, we go to, or sorry, we that night, there's some rain and there's some ice. I forget what they called it, but it's like a slushy kind of ice, but it freezes, but it looks like snow. Early that morning, some kids came out with a hose and hosed down part of this bank that had been pushed up by like a snow. I think the only problem is that I'm not around this stuff enough to really know the names of it, but it's basically just like a giant truck with a snow plow on it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Just called a snow plow. And they had watered that down to freeze it for some reason. And I didn't know this, but I'm doing the same thing that I did yesterday. I am going really fast, and I go, okay, I need to stop. And so I found a snowbank, those little, all the snow been pulled to the side. And I said, perfect. I know that I can just flop into that, because if I push down, my skis will actually go into the snow, and then I'll just kind of fall forward into a nice cushy snow, right? Wrong. What ends up happening is I end up putting my weight right before a jump, essentially, because this ice had basically formed a ramp, and I'm pushing my weight into, I guess, the downslope of an upward ramp, which, in my opinion, and I'm not any kind of professional in this manner, I essentially just gave myself a little oomph right before I hit a ramp, so it launched me into the air across the bank. And when I did that, I actually landed onto some, I was actually thrown into a frozen tree, which I snapped the branches of a lot. And on my way down, I don't remember feeling much pain. I remember feeling like something was sitting on my chest, because I was in shock. And I remember the last thing before I could feel copper in my mouth was, "Oh my God, are you?" I think I fractured something, and I cut my head open, and I'd done a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not quite sure exactly all. I can't remember exactly all the damage that had been done to me, but it was a lot of. There's a few things that were kind of a big deal, and there was a lot of stuff that wasn't a big deal. But I felt so bad. I felt awful. I just said, okay, I'm only on day 3 of skiing, and this place can literally go burn in hell. Because I think I had, like, when I came back, yeah, no, there's been multiple times where I'm pretty sure that had I not had someone around me, I might have probably died. I don't know about this time, but it sure as hell felt like it after the fact, because I couldn't actually sit up for a while. And just to kind of give you my age a little bit, my friend who we were with was he brought a Game Gear. His brother brought a Game Gear, and I'm now essentially bedridden because I have this giant, massive bruise on my torso that I don't want to get up. And he goes, "Absolutely not! I will not let you play my Game Gear." And there was also no cable in the house, but everybody else went out to go skiing, but I couldn't go. Not that I really wanted to. So I essentially just had to sit on the couch for like 9 hours before somebody came back, and oh my God, like my first time skiing is an absolute travesty. I hated it. Oh man. So like, I'm sure that these look bad. These look mean. These look so mean. Oh God, they take a hit. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Save me, Grim. Save me. Oh jeez. But hey, yeah, no, I would like to learn to swim I would like to learn to ski like properly one day. I know that time is probably not coming for a while. Can I fire here? No, I can't. Okay, I have to actually target something. He's out of range. Actually, that same family almost watched me drown. Fire. Target block. God darn it. Darn it. Can I move at all? Like a little bit? Oh, I guess this is limited range. Yeah, that very same family almost watched me drown. And the last thing I remember hearing before I'll say last thing, one of the people, as I was drowning because I was getting sucked into undertow on a river, the last thing I heard, I think before I started to kind of black out, was, "Just keep your head above water." It's like, yeah, I know how to swim. No, yeah, that was my brother. Sorry, I'm trying to also not like, I don't know, yeah, I guess that was it. My stepbrother at the time. That's what that was. He was an utter tool. But yeah, they were friends too. I try not to give too much. Yeah, you're right. But I try not to give too much away, but then I realize, oh, I've actually told the story before, except I've given more details, so... It's like, yeah, you got me. Not a big deal. But you're good, man. You're good. Let's see. Jeez. I mean, these guys are really, really beefy. I do not like this. Why are they beefy? I guess I will just put you on Overwatch. And for you, I think I'm going to throw you up here too. I guess I can't throw you up here. It's too far. But yeah, their family was also friends with us. Usually, I know people that usually don't like their step family, but they were okay. Just, you know, stepbrother was kind of a dick. So he was a massive dick. he stole crap from us. Okay, so this guy can do lots of damage here. Let's put you up here. And let's see what you can get away with. No, that's fine, man. Like, I really need to keep track of what stories I tell and which ones I don't. Because, you know, one day it might be useful to keep that in mind. Let's see. Let's fire that guy. Yeah, get him. So many of them, and I don't have a shotgun. All I've got is pistols and machine guns. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this fight, I think. Yeah, today was a pretty crappy day, but also a really great day. It's a very weird kind of feeling. You'd be like, what's going on, man? Can I get you up there? No, but I can move you over. What do you? Oh, darn it! I didn't give you stuff again. Crap. Because, again, we didn't learn our lesson the first time. Myth! Myth! Alright, let's see. Can I mark that target? Now shoot him! These are all bundled together. Let's see if I can shoot them all. I mean, the problem with my stories is that I do have some interesting stories, but sometimes I have to have my memory jogged in order to remember some of them. It's kind of weird. There's this crap that's happened that someone's like, oh, remember this happened? I'm like, vaguely. And then like 10 minutes later, I'll actually remember it in detail, and I'm like, oh, yeah. It makes me feel bad because it makes me feel like people think I'm lying. It's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you know? 59%. Let's go for it. Yeah, I got him. But no, you're good, man. If I've already told this story one time, it's fine. I'm good with it. Alright, now let's get them all. Yeah! Wait, what? I got one of them. That works too. Get him! Get him! Get him! Yeah, get him! Get that one. Now get that one. Ow. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Blood shriek. That sounds bad. This sounds very bad. I don't know what this means, though. Like, what is that? Does that mean they're scared of... Can I just run these guys over? No, I guess I didn't do much, but alright. Trying to get my sniper to be able to... Oh, there we go. Fire 2 shots. But yeah, I would hardly call most of my stories very interesting. Like when we were backpacking through the desert, because for some reason some idiots think that's a vacation. It's not really interesting. It's just like I would call it interesting more like a. It's interesting that some people would find that interesting. much for you. I guess these guys are mood. Oh, dude, I haven't told the desert story. Oh man, this was this was my moment where I had it. I hated everybody that we were out there with. This was that step family. So what they did is they had this really bright idea. Actually, the time we were backpacking through the desert is also when we found that little village that was inside that mountain. If you remember, I know I've told that story multiple times, where that old school, like 1890s kind of town that was, it had electricity. It didn't have, it had electricity but no running water. That's what it was. Jeez, I don't remember that now. And it's, well, basically, that's what we have. That was halfway through the trip. So while we were backpacking through the desert, some people were driving in the RV, and some of us had to walk. And so we were just walking through the desert for no freaking reason. And we only each had one bottle of water, and as far as I knew, and to this day, I don't think any of us had any extra water except for the single bottle that we had. Now keep in mind that, I grew up in a relatively hot area. That's not a really big deal for me to be out in the heat for a long time. Like, I played in the heat all the time. The average temperature was like well above 90 plus with, just scorching heat. It's not that big of a deal for me. However, when you're walking in the desert where you have sand blowing everywhere and there is no shade, none, anywhere, and you are trying to figure out how to maneuver through the desert, literally trying to figure, okay, well, which way are we supposed to be going? Is the next stop over here? Is the next stop over there? You start to worry a little bit. But when I was out there, I got sunburned so bad, and that was also out of the ordinary. I usually don't get sunburned, but I got sunburned so bad that I actually looked like an actual lobster, which I've always heard the joke that I was sunburned so bad I looked like a lobster, but this time I actually literally mean it. I was beet red, and that was kind of weird, and I hated it. But we backpacked through the desert for about 3 to 4 days, and every time we would have a stop, the RV would be at the stop, and every time we got there, we had to sleep outside. We could not sleep in the RV. We could not take a shower. We we had to eat prepackaged meals that were I would love to say they were MREs. They were not MREs. MREs at least taste decent. These tasted like just utter garbage. I don't even remember what they were called. It's been too long. And when I had the gall to ask, hey, can we please get some real food and maybe go inside in the shade? You'd have thought that I'd asked if I could just, slap somebody's mother across the face and call them a whore, because that was just unacceptable. Oh, I can just run this guy over. Bam! Dude, I would have done that a long time ago. Holy crap. That's not fair. Yeah, it gets worse. So, by the way, I'm still rocking the same bottle of water I've had for a few days now. So, I had to actually fill my canteen, or was it a canteen? It wasn't really a canteen. I had to fill my water bottle up at that city, that little town that was in the mountain. That was the first time I filled my water bottle in 3 days. Or 2 days, sorry, 2 days. I was a very unhappy person at that point. I was very unhappy. Needless to say. And afterwards, somebody had the stupidity to ask me, well, did you enjoy it? And I said, oh, yes, I loved it. I loved backpacking through the fucking desert. I want to do it again next year, but next year I want to be in the RV. No, this was literally this family's idea of fun. I'm not kidding you. They thought this was a lot of fun, to backpack through the desert with, no supplies. None. And by the way, this is, a kid who's never, ever walked... this is the first time I've ever seen a real desert. And I wouldn't say mortified. I was more just I think we're literally gonna die here. Part of me jokingly said it to other members of my family, and then I think it was me just trying to like put on a brave face for it. It's like, well, you know, at least we'll die someplace hot where we won't last long. And I don't think people really appreciated that. All that fight for nothing but just rags and meat. Fantastic. But no, these people had the weirdest ideas of vacations. Like one time they took us out to we went out camping, but we went camping in like a very weird way. Um, I've gone out and I've done like hunting trips. I've done camping trips that are just like us going fishing. Um, I, but like out here, they were looking for like dead animals, and I thought that was really strange. To this day, I think that was really strange. I usually, if I'm going on a camping trip to look for any kind of animals, the animals are alive, and then they end up dead. But that's not always the case. Sometimes we're like, hey, let's go look at deer. Okay, let's go look at deer. Other times it's, oh hey, let's go hunt deer. Oh, okay, let's go hunt deer. Um, that's not out of the ordinary, but it's been a long time since I've done that. What was weird to me was that they were looking for bones. This is a really weird family, man. Like, I'm not quite sure how they ended up dragging me and my family into whatever nightmare scenario that they had. But yeah, they would drag us to these really really weird camping trips. And I remember one day we were sitting in our tent and somebody just plopped down like bones that had like a smidgen of meat left on them. Like obviously the meat's rotted. And I'm sitting there going, what the F are you doing? I sleep here. And they're like, well, we need to figure out what kind of animal this was. It's like, why? What are you gonna gain out of that? Exactly. It wasn't like a lot. It was like there was like, uh, you could easily mistaken it for just some dirt that wouldn't get is just not coming off. But they're sitting there like they're scrubbing it inside the tent. They're trying to scrub like detritus and meat and dirt and mud off of this freaking like what it essentially came down to be a jawbone. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. Like I can't believe I'm actually sitting here watching these freaking weirdos who, if you'd meet them on the street, they were normal people. I just could not believe these people were dragging us across the United States for what? To freaking go on these really weird expeditions that gained us nothing but a lot of freaking pain. And I mean, they didn't even keep the bone. Like they're like, oh, this was a so and so, and I was like, do you even know? How do you know? Show me how you know based off of a jawbone. I mean, look, none of y'all have been hunting, but you all of a sudden know the jawbone of I forget what it was, like what was it, like a fox? It's like, I don't even think there's foxes out here. I mean, usually foxes will, well, I guess not, but I didn't see anything for foxes to eat, so I was like, I doubt there's foxes if there's no food for foxes, but I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Oh my god, I mean, I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent there because, God, I hated those people. Rocket launcher. That. But yeah, no, it's crap like that really, really poisoned the well for me for camping. They were insane, and I'm not. I saw one of them got married, and I was like, dude, like it sucks to be your spouse, man. Like your spouse is gonna have to learn some really harsh lessons with your family. It's Colorado. I've already been here. I don't want to be here. Wait, have I been here? Yeah, I've been here. Yeah, those people were crazy. Actually, one night, um, I was at my house, and one of them tried to break into our home. Like my dad and I were asleep, and one of them like shows up at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to break into our house, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" It's like, You people are nuts.
I've been watching you, Ranger. Do you believe in love at first sight? Of course you do. Ugh, I saw it in your soul the first time our eyes met. You were with your squad, being heroes in Colorado Springs. I was.
Oye, amigos! As soon show
Uh-oh.
the Clown Museum in
1 second, I'll be right back.
Take the tour, then visit El Big Top and learn what it really means to be a clown. Children under 10 are free. We can't get enough of those cabronitos. Arriba, los payasos!
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, those people were nuts. I almost accidentally shot one of them.
Hello all. My name is Vlad, and it is my pleasure to welcome to the bazaar. Come in, for the night air is chill. Your home is healthy, and our food plentiful.
Can I go in?
You're healthy, you're rich, you're poor.
Clown Museum. I hope nobody here has a fear of clowns. What's it called again? I forget. Like a... I know it's a something phobia, but I can't remember exactly what it was called.
Oh yeah, mamones. The fuck you doing here?
Alright, I'm kind of tempted. But no.
This ain't just a museum, pendejo. It's sacred ground. A shrine to the great joke. And you're gonna get it.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I almost shot one when they were breaking in. What was that? Wow! Just one-hitted, what? Jeez! Okay, so I learned my lesson. Just kill these people immediately.
Let's do this shit.
Okay, so he cannot be downed, otherwise I'm in trouble. So, and I still didn't learn my lesson. I'm gonna keep having to learn that lesson. I am not in a good way right now. He needs to get up. Get your butt in there. Get your butt in there. Yeah, now you're concealed. Screw these people. Oh, darn it, I could have just... but I'm gonna kill them both. Okay, that's not good. Get ya. Fight me like a clown. Okay, I like this game so far. I don't necessarily like the bright colors, but I like it. You don't have a grenade. Doc, you need to apply heals to yourself. Yeah, that's another story for another time. It's a much darker and unpleasant story because I had, again, one of those moments where I had it. And me on very little sleep during finals week was not in any mood. Wasteland 2, I liked Wasteland 2 a lot. I think the look is much better than Wasteland 3. The graphics, of course, aren't as good, but the look feels much more post-apocalyptic-y. If I'm not mistaken, and I have not done a lot of research on this. Of course you miss. Everybody's going to miss. Jeez. And they just one-hit in my vehicle. Holy stuffs. Okay, it's safe to say that I am going to lose this fight. Holy crap. One guy with a machine gun destroyed my car. That's just... what? There's nothing funny about this. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, okay, alright, hold on. Alright, I'm just gonna play it out just to say that I did. I don't think I'm gonna live through this. There's just no way in hell I'm living through this. I can't even fight them, really. It's just not gonna happen. Wasteland 2, I had a lot of fun with. It took me a little bit to kind of get into it, but I think once I really kind of gave it a chance, I really enjoyed it. So I'm glad you got it. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't feel old. It actually isn't that old. I think it was 2016 when it came out. But the game looks and feels to me like it's a post-apocalyptic world, whereas this, again, I like it. It's growing on me, but there's lots of bright and pretty colors. You know, like you see, like the purpley haze is, you know, a status effect. But then I look in the characters, and they are very clean. And for a post-apocalyptic game, I do not expect my armor to shine. I do not expect my guns to look pretty. And, you know, so like the little M1A there's an M1A carbine that he's got there, the little full auto M1A carbine, from what it looks like to me. It doesn't look bad, just, you know, got some tape on it, but it just doesn't look rugged and beat up that I would expect to see from, like, this one looks a little bit more that way, but in reality it's just a bunch of tape. See, like, you know, look, pretty shiny revolver. This, again, like, oh, it's old, look, it's got tape on it, you know, it doesn't quite do it for me. Everything looks very clean and pretty for a game that's supposed to be post-apocalyptic. That's my biggest complaint about it. If you don't know this yet, and you've watched me play, I don't know how to get it through your head. I'm a very big person for aesthetics, and for, you know, storytelling. If I think your story sucks, I'm probably not going to give you the time of day. And if your story doesn't suck, yeah, okay, essentially, I'm just going to die here. I don't know how these guys are, like, level, like, my level. They're probably not. I'll just play it out, but I'm just gonna have to reload. Either that or I suck a lot more than I thought I was gonna suck. Let's put it that way. One of the two. I'm not sure which. I either suck really bad, or they are way beyond my level to play, or way beyond my level to beat. Well, they also streamlined a few things in this game, or in this version, that I didn't quite like. Like forcibly reloading my weapon at the end of every fight. I get that it's nice, but I don't like it. I really wish that I could. I really wish I could be forced to reload my guns, because I find that really a lot of fun in Wastelanders 2, or Wasteland 2. Is forcibly reloading my guns. Oh, and I'm out of ammo. Yeah, I'm definitely screwed. Alright, how's everybody missing him? I know that he's in like full cover, but well, now he doesn't have any ammo, really. So I guess I'm switching over to my submachine gun, and we'll see what happens. Jeez, I don't even know how I'm gonna fight these guys. I guess I'm gonna go beat people up with my fists. Because that's what I'm doing here now. That machine gun knocked out my freaking tank in one turn. That's insanity to me. Yeah, I got him. Yay! Wait, I don't know if it's... Oh, that's the end of my turn. I thought it was the end of the next turn. There's... Okay, they're not shooting at me anymore. That's positive. Gotta be positive. Darn it. Yeah, crit hit. But I will say that melee in Wasteland 2, at least that I found, is far more powerful than in Wasteland 3 so far. Like my melee character in this game, they're squishy, but they don't deal much damage. Whereas in Wasteland 2, I felt like they did a lot more damage. And maybe just because they've also changed around a few of the. Oh, there it goes. There it is. Yep. Can I move on now? There we go. Alright, so we're not going to that stupid freaking clown camp. I'll also tell you right now that Wasteland 3 is nothing like Wasteland 2.
Mr. Fun Times here with another strangling yarn. This one about an astute student who learned how to love to kill.
Yeah, that was a pretty brutal fight. I was not ready for that.
Howdy, name's O'Leary. We're heading to Silver Springs, and we ain't ate for a while. Oh, we can trade you some things for money to eat. Well, that's good to hear, Rangers. Thank you. We'll spread the word in the camps. Worse every day. Haven't seen a marshal out our way for over 2 years. It's like, oh, thank you. It ain't much.
Ooh, submachine gun. My submachine gun probably doesn't do that much damage. 11 to 15, 12 to 17 times 8 times 5. So this one's probably gonna be better for me, but how much is it gonna cost? $600! Yeah, I can't afford that. Even when I sell my junk, I can't afford that. Good lord. Tarjan. Is that supposed to be a take on Trajan? There's really nothing that I need that they can sell me. Spikes. Is that a railway gun? Is that what they're alluding to? Oh, right, by the way. I think Fallout got its start from the idea from Wasteland, but I could be wrong about that. But that's what I heard from somebody. I never did much digging on it. No! Okay, I kind of want the experience, but I really don't want to fight them, but I need the experience. And and I still haven't learned my lesson. I did not equip my people properly. Gosh darn it. I want to say that also XCOM 1 and 2 do a better job of like situational setup, whereas this game, it doesn't do a bad job of it, but it really feels like they could do better with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I own them now thanks to I guess Bethesda giving those up with Fallout 76, because I bought Fallout 76. I used real money to buy Fallout 76. I was one of those idiots. So I got all the Fallout games, at least all the classic ones, for free. I'm not sure if everybody else did either, but I know that I did. So. This is very much like Mutant Year Zero. That's what this reminds me of. The live action pre-fight, and then once the fight starts, it's turn-based. These little rings of not influence, but these little rings of attack are present. There we go. Out of range. Of course he is. But, no, you... Oh, son of a biscuit! This rocket thing, although nice, has got terrible range. Nope, not what I wanted. Might as well just reload. Well, I was hoping for a lot from Fallout 76, and I was really, really disappointed. I was really hoping to see... what's this? Oh, okay, so it just increased the chance to hit, but it doesn't do anything. I was hoping that Fallout 76 was going to be Fallout 4, but multiplayer, and I was somewhat right about that. The problem with it was that it took all the worst parts of Fallout 4 and just kept those, but they eliminated all the good stuff about Fallout 4. That was my issue. And Fallout 4 had a lot of issues. I was really excited about Fallout 4, and then I played it, and I just got less and less enthusiastic about it as I played it, which is just new for me for a Fallout game. Like, I played, my first game was Fallout 3, and I loved it. Fallout New Vegas, loved it. It did take me a while to get really into Fallout New Vegas, but I really enjoyed it. And when I saw the original games, I was like, oh, these look good too, but I just couldn't play them. Now that, every monitor and every resolution just can't support the classic ones, it's a bit different. Jeez. Alright, I'm just going to run these buggers down. It just seems like the better option than fighting them. Just run them over. And pray I don't hit any of my own guys. Okay, run the hell away. But yeah, now you may be excited to learn that I'm gonna one up you here. I didn't just buy Fallout 76. I bought Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. I spent some real money on that. $200. I still have the power armor, like the helmet and everything, and I was really excited about that. But man, was I really pissed off when I played the game. I think I've only played it like 4 hours, and I despised it. I hated it. It's very rare that I hate a video game, and I'll try to find something that's redeeming. But as I was playing it, I was like, I don't even care to do that. This is what happens when Bethesda gets comfortable. And I find companies that do that just very disgusting. I don't like them. And I really wish that I could say that I have hopes for Bethesda, but the way that story goes, I mean, not really. The helmet's not that cool. It's cheap plastic with like a foamy inlining, and it's not even kind of like a really comfortable helmet. It's too small for me. And I'm not like a massive guy either. You know, it's not like I'm this big old bulky psychopath guy with like a big old neck and big old head. Nah, I'm just like I'd say average sized guy. Like this was for kids, I think. And so like if you wanted to put the helmet on, it would be really, really snug. It really wouldn't work out. Can I reach you here normally? Yes, I can. Shoot him in the head. Almost got him. Yeah, I was really disappointed about that. I was really hoping for something, but I get, you know, it is what it is, right? Yeah, she's probably gonna go down too. Jeez. I mean, again, in Wasteland 2, I did not have this much of a problem. Like with people going to, it would happen. Like people would get knocked down and you know, be borderline killed, or you know, because once you lose a character in, well, at least the way I had it set up, once you lose a character in Wasteland 2, you lose them. But like, they didn't go down this easy though. Good lord. Maybe that's why they give you such extra, like all these extra points whenever you level up, because good lord, going down this fast, that's just brutal. Alright, I'm gonna run you over too. Just meh. Oh, you haven't died yet. Okay, we can fix that. You will fix that. Die. There we go. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed about that. Oh, I blew up my... Oh, crap. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought I killed her. I thought I blew up my ally here. Nope, not yet. I want my viscera, and there it is. Now I'm ready to leave. Oh, did you buy that for PlayStation or for PC? Still hurting. Oh, can't go that way. It's radiation. No, 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 no. Oh, they have Wasteland 2 for PS4? I didn't know that. I'm actually trying to sell my PS4. I never play it. I got a PlayStation 4 solely to play Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was devastated as to how much that game sucked. Hate to be that way. That game is terrible. Wait, didn't I give him armor modification? I did. I did give him armor modifications. Don't. I was a big fan of Kingdom Hearts 1 when I was a kid. Because when I was a kid, it came out, and when I first heard about it, I said, this sounds stupid. And it wasn't like a year later or two before I actually tried it out, and I loved it. I was like, this is amazing. And then Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. It wasn't as good, but it was still pretty good. And then nothing came out for a long time. It's been 2 decades since that game, since there was another Kingdom Hearts game. And I remember everybody being super excited about the next one, and so I was like, "Oh, this is going to be amazing! It's going to be lots of fun." And they removed essentially the game part of the video game, which is, in my opinion, awful. I heard some people doing nothing but singing its praises, and I freaking hated it with every fiber of my being. I literally, at one point, just put my controller down and hit X over and over and over again. And that was enough to literally fly me through the game, because everything is automated. Your targeting is automated. Your abilities are essentially automated. Like, I don't need to dodge or actually do anything to strategically move my character, just because the game has been watered down to just simplicity. And I don't mind simple. I like simple. But it was so simple to the point where there was just no point in playing the game. And so I just stopped. I couldn't. I was bored out of my mind. It is. Like, I jokingly sat there and I just hit X, and I didn't have to move my character at all once combat started. And that really kind of, it was funny, and then I stopped laughing and realized that I'd spent a lot of money to buy a console for a game that I'm never going to play. You know, because I bought a PlayStation 3 solely to play Metal Gear Solid 4, because I was a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, and that's the only game I bought for it. I think I have a few other games that I just never really played. I think I played Demon's Souls when it first came out, and it took me a year or two to actually finish it. But, yeah, for the most part, I didn't really have any interest in anything else that the PlayStation had to offer. I didn't like Uncharted or any of the other games. And then when I heard Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out, I said, oh, well, I'll play that. And when I got it, I was really disappointed. So that's nothing that the PlayStation has to offer me. And there's not going to be another Metal Gear Solid game, and if there is, it's going to come out for PC, and it will probably be garbage, because they took Hideo Kojima off of it. So, are there any grenades I can attach to my guy? There we go. Molotov. Yeah, I look at, I need to drive these guys back to Aspen and get some help here. I look at Kingdom Hearts 3 the same way I did BioShock Infinite. It's like you are using the name of a much greater franchise, and you're nothing but trash. That is my personal opinion. Of course, I could actually go into a deeper reason for it. Oh, and by the way, Kingdom Hearts 3, and it's not really a negative criticism, but they don't really explain stuff, but it's like watching an anime, but like you missed a few seasons. So like, there's so much crap that's just up its own butt. It's hard to kind of just keep up with the game.
Rangers, name's BB Gunn. Glad to meet ya. We've been doing a little civil. Oh, thanks. I'll tell the others she said so. Don't let anybody tell you they're innocent. Ain't nobody innocent
Yeah.
in Colorado. They're all guilty of something.
Wow, I hate that. I feel like I should steal from these people, but no.
Let me open the back.
It's like, was it Metal Gear, the one that was like the zombie version? way to strike when the iron was cold. I forget what that was. It's like Metal Gear something. Metal Gear. I cannot remember what it was. What? No! I feel like my characters are really squishy, like super squishy, even with armor and whatnot. Maybe I'm just not building them right. This is another big problem that I have with RPGs. I'm not like amazing at them, so I'm not. Maybe I'm just not building them right. But I feel like all my characters are just really, really squishy. They just can't take a hit right now, because they get hit once or twice, they're down. Yeah, I know you guys are down. But yeah, I can't for the life of me remember what they're called, like Metal Gear or something. Like that was something that I thought about buying because I was like, oh, it looks interesting. But then I thought about it and I was like, no.
What do you need,
No.
Rangers? That's what. Have a seat. Fine. Just don't get.
I will give you this one piece of advice, or I guess one piece of information, and not even really advice. For Wasteland 2, just keep in mind that you can reuse your characters once you've beaten the game. Alright, so like, I know some games that, you know, you'll have to start off right from the beginning or something. No. In Wasteland 2, once you beat it, you can just pick it right back up and just basically restart the game, but with your super powerful characters. But you lose all your gear, so that's actually kind of nice.
Stay sharp.
What the hell was that? It's a fox. What does the fox say? Where's my mission log? I can't even remember what we're supposed to be doing. Oh, I have to finish this mission, don't I? Yeah, no, I really like that. And since you can create your own characters, which is what I did for this one in the first Wasteland 3 game that I streamed, I built my main two characters. I really like that because I really hated all the other options they gave me. Hate's a strong word. Maybe I shouldn't use hate. I disliked all the other options.
I think we should pull some marshals from Broadmoor. Here.
I like you already, Rangers. I asked for a favor, and you came through for me. Not only that, but you sent me Isaac Reed and his trader friends. Oh, it seems to me that if somebody commits a crime in Colorado Springs, they should face Colorado Springs justice. I'm glad to see. Damn right. It's in all of our. Now, before I forget, let me introduce you to Hope Emerson. She heard all about you coming to town, and she wants to join up.
Pleasure's mine, Rangers. Ran the lockup in a little town called Amity on Colorado's eastern border. Figured I could do the same thing for you at your HQ. Assuming you'll be arresting people now and...
Amity got flattened by the scar collectors a while back, so Hope came west. Been trying to get her to join the marshals. We have some differences when it comes to crime and punishment. But that aside, she's smart, honorable, and should be an asset to your office.
Great. I'll head over to Ranger headquarters in a bit and start fixing up your brig. I can't think of a better way to serve than to ensure that our justice is fair. Even...
So, back to business. Did you find out how the Dorseys got into town? Well, since you already dealt with Isaac, let's concentrate on Brago. I'll never understand why the Patriarch let that rat set up shop. Been nothing but trouble, so him making a deal with the Dorseys doesn't surprise me in the least. In fact, I had a hunch he might be involved, so I sent my best man over to his nightclub, the Little Vegas, to search for a connection. Haven't heard back from him, though, and I'm a little worried. Say, what if I asked you Rangers to go to Little Vegas and check up on him? And if you happen to find proof that Brago helped the Dorseys while you're there, well, feel free to cuff the bastard and haul him in. Take down Braga for me, and I'll make sure your HQ gets the best equipped armory this side of the Rockies. Guns, ammo, armor, the whole shebang. The marshal I sent to the Little Vegas is named Delgado. Family man, and the best inspector. Always a pleasure, Rangers.
So I gotta keep this guy alive. That's fine. I'm playing a very, very good character, so that makes sense. I got a speed boost? What do I have on me that gives me a speed? Oh, that's right, the helmet. Duh. Let's see here. Maybe if I give myself a little bit more of a little beefy man. More beefy? More speedy. More beefy, more speedy. More beefy, more speedy. More beefy, more, or more hit chance. I'm thinking more beefy. Which is weird because I'm not going for a strength character, but that's where my health is going to come from. Lockpicking, I definitely want lockpicking 4. So another thing that I do is I focus most of my characters very hard in their starting attributes, so their starting skills, I just try to max those out as fast as possible. Usually it gets me what I want, so I focus most of the time on specific traits. For her, though, it's a bit more... Oh, yeah, very good. I want her to have more action points. And for snipper rifles, there we go. And weapon modding, I guess you really don't need that, because I have other characters that can do that. But anyway, by the time that you're done building a team in Wasteland 2, you actually can get a very well-rounded team, no matter how you want to play. That's one of the things I liked about it. And if you want to literally build your entire team from scratch, you can. I just built one character and then made the others... I say made the others. I just used the other ones from the predetermined pool. It might not hurt to give her melee combat, but... See, I'm trying my really... I'm going to try my best not to ruin the story, because that's a big thing for me. I love stories. Oh, yeah, I'm taking that. That just sounds brutal. Yeah, exactly. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, she looks like she's a big daddy. And that might have been what they were going for, too, because this looks like Delta's helmet. Like, almost exactly. Looks like Delta's helmet, just, you know, they shortened that. Actually, no, that's exactly Delta's helmet. And everybody that doesn't know who Delta is like, oh no, what is that? And then I go, I'm a nerd, leave me alone. I think that's everybody. But yeah, I gave her that. It's got 4 armor on it. Ooh, I've got lockpick level 4.
Yeah, I was just finishing up training for the Wasteland team group. Didn't even know what.
Give me those grenades. This is also one of those games where I'm not quite sure if they're actually going to care if I do this, you know? Some games like, oh look, we got raided no matter what, like you touched it, therefore you're responsible, and then other games don't care. Ooh, someone's propositioning me. Ooh.
It's not a thing I really do, this ransoming of aid. But these are unusual circumstances, and Colorado Springs' future hangs in the metaphorical balance. I wouldn't be asking for such an exchange if I wasn't desperate. I'll be at the church in Broadmoor Heights, and I'll tell the marshals to let you through. Come find me here.
Where is that? What is that? Where's Broadmoor Heights? What level am I? 7. Actually, what I should do is probably clear out some of these weapons that I'm not going to use, or... How many 45 rounds do I have? Oh, I got a lot. So maybe I should put a Tommy gun with you, and a Tommy gun with you. Another big thing that I think that they downgraded from Wasteland 2 is the selection of your group. So now, like, there used to be a button over here that would just toggle, hey, if you click on one, you get all of them or none of them, or all or one. And in this game, you have to actually just hit your space bar, and it just chooses whoever you click on. So, like, if I just click on him, he runs all around by himself, which means if I get into combat, I'm in trouble. So I have to actually hit my spacebar every single time, then they come and try and catch up. I guess in some world, that actually is really nice, and, like, just because I'm used to playing Wasteland 2, that's really annoying. Especially because it actually was kind of annoying if I was just wanting to put my sniper in a specific place. I got used to toggling that on and off manually. This is the same button, the space bar, but I missed that little toggle button. Yeah, a little heads-up display, I think, was a bit... Oh, come on.
November, come in. Yeah, I got Miss Wong, the manager at the Sandflux Apartments, on the line. And this one might actually be something. Says she's got a tenant who might be making bombs in...
Shush, shush, shush. Let me talk to them. You're leaving out important details.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's not end of the world. It's just kind of like, ugh, I wish.
He's gonna kill us all. There's all kinds of loud banging coming from his room. He's not alone. He's got friends in there. They're planning something. I know it. Do you think I would have called you if the marshals had listened to me? They say I call too much. Goddamn, these good for nothing. Maybe there was nothing going on those other times, but this one's real. I'm sure of it. Come to the Sandflux Apartments now. That loony's liable to blow up.
Sorry, November.
Huh? What do you mean by sorry?
Okay.
Extra, extra, bloody shootout and guarded up the gods!
By order of the Patriarch, only authorized personnel are to pass this gate.
My uncle, Gideon Reyes, wants to speak to the Rangers.
Oh, of course, Miss Wesley. Open it up, fellas.
I think it's this way. I hope it's this way.
Too soon to be back.
I don't think we've met.
Foul weather we're
what
your
I
soul
can.
head for the deluge to come.
The deluge, huh? There is a chicken trap behind this door. I can't, in good faith. Oh wait, hold on. Is that like a little mechanism? There's a little mechanism over here. Is there? Well, I guess there. Something's over here. I gotta turn on that mechanism. Free the chickens.
Can't believe I'm stuck with it. I'd know this drone anywhere. It was my father's favorite. It must have been damaged when Dorsey raided our house.
You're not supposed to touch that. It belonged to the Wessons. I've got orders to keep everyone away. Yeah? Well, good point. And I know you Rangers can take care of yourselves. Just don't blame me.
Does that kind of look like Johnny Five? Is it Johnny Five? Or is that the movie? I can't remember.
Go ahead and do whatever you need to do.
I like Hidden Treasure. Myth likes Hidden Treasure.
The Schulers, the Jacksons, Sophia Gutierrez too, and her kids. Patriarch said the Dorseys were dead. Is he blind? Colin, which is it? A lot of
Yeah, I
people
remember
ask
Johnny Five, like the little. It's a 1980s movie where like it's a weapon, but like it becomes this kid's friend or whatever. And I think he defends the kid, but it looks very similar to this. It may be a bit too, what's the word? It may be a bit older, even for some of the older people that I know. I don't even know what year it was made. Bazookas. Nice. It's Johnny Five. You know, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Johnny Five, robot movie. Johnny Five, right? Johnny Five. I know that like his name is Johnny. No, not that. Yeah, Johnny Five. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up real quick. It's from the movie Short Circuit. That's what it is. It's an old movie.
No trespass. Nothing to see.
Yeah, it's not a it's not a movie that I don't think is very popular. Well, actually, no, take it back. I think it was really popular. I remember watching bits and pieces of it. I didn't care for it. I just remember the robot looking kind of weird. I want that truck. Give me that truck. Oh, okay. I couldn't resist. Alright, so I'm in front of that. In front of here. It's right down here. The Western Estate. Let's see what she's got hiding around. I know I'm not doing much combat right now, guys. I can only get my butt handed to me so many times before I'm like, okay, let's do something else. Let's go looking for stuff. More stuff. Better stuff.
It's so empty now. Even when Pa and Ma were traveling.
Why is this... I guess they did. I guess they were under attack. I just didn't know this place got under attack or fell to
Mama
the
used to
attack.
love sitting in here. She'd be ashamed at the mess it's in now.
A trap, huh?
Mama used to love sitting. Wow. Daddy really didn't want any Dorseys to muck around with his cooking supplies.
Ooh. Hey man, like I had to look it up, man. I had to look it up. I don't even remember it. However, he does now have a new rifle. What? How is it that this? Oh, I guess it's because I modified this weapon. I can't undo it either, so it's kind of stuck there. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a joke or what, but Columbium? The first thing my mind went to was Columbine, but that just shows my age more.
Damn Dorseys weren't content to rip everything up. They had to toss the furniture around too. Animals. Couldn't even leave my memories of this place alone. My house was the first place the Dorseys went. Probably walked right in through the front door. Stole my parents and little brother.
I would not put it past
and then took out their anger on
some
the house.
developers to make dark jokes like that. And here's the thing, I'm all for it. I think it's hilarious. I just was like, oh, man. Spicy.
No point looking back there. It's smashed up even worse. And the Dorseys took everything worth stealing.
So that's it. I guess there's that too, but I'll have to come back for that later. Is it? It's been so long I don't even remember. Like, is it Colorado? I thought it happened like in like another part of the country. Oh, jeez, I didn't know that. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, so maybe that was a little bit closer than what I thought it was. Oh, I guess LB is dead. Serves him right for slave trading. I just remember that they're the ones that popularized school shootings, which is weird because in reality they're really rare, even though everybody and their mother believes them to happen every day. I thought these people would be... Broadmoor Heights, Weston Estate, Church of the Foundationers, Buchanan. I thought there was supposed to be something out here that I was supposed to go look at. Oh, the church. Okay, so yeah, it's the church. That's what it is. So right here. Oh, I guess this is it right here. Columbinium or Columbium. That's. I don't know if that makes it funnier or worse. Oh, there's that switch. Bam! Let's open that door. Let out the chicken! Yeah, I remember Doom being a big deal about it too. So apparently Animal Whisper does more in this game than it does in the second one. Oh, look at that. Players kiss ass by one. Sorry, kiss butt by one. We don't curse here on this channel. Unless I'm frustrated. Yeah, I remember like people saying, "Oh, it was the game Doom. It was something else. It was this. It was that." I actually really I don't like Marilyn Manson that much, but I really liked his response whenever somebody asked him like if he felt any responsibility towards it and what he would have done differently, and I really liked what he had to say about that. Whenever he said that if basically what he would have done with those kids was he wouldn't have said anything to them. That's because that's what the question was. They asked him, what would you tell these kids? And he's like, I wouldn't tell them anything. I would sit down and I'd just listen to them, because that's clearly what never happened. Nobody ever wanted to listen to these kids. And I was like, that's probably the biggest FU he could have probably given to them, because it makes them all look stupid. And he's right.
I'm most pleased to see you.
Uncle Gideon, you heard about...
I did, Sabrina, and I'm so sorry. You know you always have a place in my...
I know. And I'm grateful. But...
Is that so, Rangers?
I know, right?
She was always an impressive girl. Now, I expect you're here about my call. There is a situation in Colorado Springs that... Colorado Springs is...
Yeah, it's if you want to watch the documentary, I think it's called Bowling for Columbine, I think is what it was called.
And now, smugglers are...
But yeah, they go over like, oh, well, it was violent music and rock and roll, it was violent video games, and I was like, man, I don't want to kill anybody, and I love violent video games. I like how It's Always Sunny did a little shtick on that too, where it's like, oh, it's all these violent... It's the episode where they do the gun stuff, and they start going through all the main talking points, but they're like, all the best movies are violent movies. And it's like, oh yeah, you're right, of course. Like, oh, all the best video games are violent video games. Like, yeah, of course. Who plays a video game but doesn't want to kill somebody? I love that. I love those statements. It was great. It's like, yeah, people have been violent long before those things happened.
Left the marshals spread too thin. It seems he'd rather just have Sheriff Dacey keep putting refugees in the pillories, rather than stopping the tide at its source. It's infuriating. That you're right, Rangers. I am suggesting you to treat the symptom rather than the cause. But that is because the symptom is about to overwhelm us, and the cause, well,
it is very difficult to change the Patriarch's mind. And if it can't be done, the alternative would be changing the regime. Thus, we must address things that are possible, like discouraging smugglers from bringing refugees to the city. Don't put words in my mouth, Rangers. I'm not suggesting anything. But let's save any talk of politics.
Oh geez, it's getting kind of late. Hold on. I'm probably after this conversation, I will call it a night. And I'll pick up tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon, depending upon when I'm able.
The plains, mostly. After the Patriarch defeated the eastern gangs, people started settling out there, thinking it was safe. Now of course, and not just in money. I do a lot of business with the local Arapaho garage, and I can get them to provide you with mechanics to service your vehicle. They always have the best, and I'll pay for everything. Thank you. I'm told the smug when you find them.
You know, one of these things about these games is that I don't know if any of the people that I'm getting in my headquarters are actually worth anything. Are they just NPCs to help me get around and be the introduction, or are they actually, do they have different skill sets that do different things? I don't know.
Thank you for agreeing to help.
I think they're just random NPCs that fill random slot in role that is needed at the time. And then before I go, I'm gonna do one thing. Oh, so I was actually in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong place. Okay, that's fine. We will pick this mission up tomorrow, because this is an introduction mission, I believe. Yeah, I haven't finished this, and it's supposed to be level 2 crap. Yeah, okay, that explains why I'm having so much trouble out in combat. I didn't complete all my missions. And that, kids, is a very important lesson as to why we read and check our mission logs rather than just walk around and kill things. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed. I'm hoping that everybody can now see what we're doing instead of, you know, just seeing a black screen or worse. If you haven't, please give us a follow. If you enjoyed it, please share with your friends. And I will see you all again sometime tomorrow. Have a good evening. And it's not quite there yet, but I hope you have a happy Friday.